5-year development plan for Central Baptist Church International. And this is it. This is our congregation. Are you? Are you the congregation? Yes, you are. Central Baptist Church International. To connect this year, and maybe it would extend probably first half of the year next year. To grow in the next 2 years, from 2017 to 2018 in faith and in numbers, and to reach out. Okay, it doesn't mean that we're not going to reach out in those periods, but the reach part of the vision is to plant a daughter church. That's where we are. The magic number that we're looking for is 250. Can we say that together? 250. Is it attainable? Is it realistic? Is it impossible? Yeah? 250. What is our average attendance now in this year? We're hitting what? 160, 170. Right? Okay, let's just peg it at 150. Okay, if this is 150, this is where we are right now. You are 150. We just need 100 more people. And once we hit 250, where will we go from there? We'll challenge 100 of you. And we will challenge you to form your own church, your own congregation. That's just how simple it is. It's nice actually to fill the galleries. This place can actually accommodate 350. But what's the point? What's the point of filling this up if we're not continually expanding? So that's the challenge. Is it possible? Yeah, okay. I believe it's possible, brothers and sisters. And come to think of it, if you remove the 100 from the 250 and you're left with 150, this is it. You have the room to expand again. Right? Okay, and that's why we're having the series, because a lot of you are like, I don't think so, And so what do? We use Nehemiah as a platform. A lot of you know the story of Nehemiah. A lot of you have gone through it, and we're visiting the story of Nehemiah. The rebuilding of the walls of Jerusalem, that's what we will use in terms of biblical point of view and perspective, and probably apply it to us here at Central Baptist Church. How do we rebuild the walls of Central Baptist Church International? How do we move from here? And from last week, again, I gave you a bit of a background. Ezra, Nehemiah is an Old Testament book usually taken together because it shows the rebuilding of the temple of Jerusalem, and then the giving of the law, and then the rebuilding of the temple. The Israelites used to be under the Babylonians, but then when they were under the Persians gave them a little bit of a leeway in order to rebuild themselves. That's the context. Again, I need to reiterate the context because you will get lost in translation in terms of the message if you don't know where we're coming from. And so from last week, brothers and sisters, next slide, please. Okay, let's reset. Yep. Okay, from last week, that one. From last week, this is the report that Nehemiah, the cupbearer, received from the people of Jerusalem. Let's read this together. 1, 2, 3, go. They said to me, those who survived the exile are back in the province, are in great trouble and disgrace. The wall of Jerusalem is broken down, and its gates have been burnt with fire. There was no rebuilding process if there was no recognition that things are broken. I think this is the very important message that I wanted to communicate last week. Central, you need to recognize that something has happened. That this church needs to pick it up, pick up the pieces, and so that we can stand up again and we can rebuild the walls. Nehemiah recognized that. And what was the response of Nehemiah when he received the news? For those of you who were here last week, what was the response? He wept, he mourned, he fasted, he prayed. He prayed to the Lord and said, God, please help us. And in his deep prayer, what did he do? He made a massive plan. He gained the favor of the king. I'm just browsing through last week, right? And then he communicated the project to the rest of the people. And then what happened? This is what he said. Then I said to them, you see the trouble we are in? Jerusalem lies in ruins, and its gates have been burnt with fire. Let's read the yellow part. 1, 2, 3, go. Come, let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, and we will be no longer slaves. Will no longer be in disgrace. I also told them about the gracious hand of my God on me and what the king said to me. He said, come. Okay, he did everything. He prayed, he fasted, he mourned, he went to the king, he got permission, he got approval, made plans. Everything was done for the people. And he need to communicate that to the people. Your walls are destroyed. You need to do something about it. I think a lot of times, I've been here for a year. Every time when I meet people and when I engage them in a conversation and I said, you know what, we're a broken community. People do react to that. People don't want to face up to the fact that we are, right? Is it the face thing? Is it the Asian face thing, that we need to keep up like a good image? No. You didn't have a pastor for 2 years. Or maybe you had, like an interim for 8 months. You have a lot of those. And if you could remember when I came here, when I started my preaching message for the congregation, I started with Psalm 23. Right? It's finding, refuge in God. I made a series, just so everybody could find healing and closure of what transpired in the years that you have interim ministers coming in. Could you imagine being in this church? You have a different preacher every week. There was no clear direction what's happening, and what's the consequences? What's the consequence? What's the result of not having a pastor for 2.5 years? Sorry for the newcomers, but this is this is our history, and we're not really covering anything about it. What's the result? You lost almost 100 people. If you kept the momentum, probably 2-3 years ago, of this congregation, right? You have your 250 already, right? You could have planted a church, and this church could have been 2. There was an attempt on a Friday night, but that's another story, right? That is what Nehemiah said to the people. The walls are broken, and so therefore, we need to rebuild. Are you following through, brothers and sisters? Pretty daunting. I was warned about this last week. They said that the reason why you were unresponsive last week is because you are not ready to face up to the truth. Is that true, Central? Well, I'll give you more truth this week. And this is the risk that I need to take, because we're not going to take off if we don't recognize that. And then what was the response of the people? 1, 2, 3, go. Let's read the yellow part. Let's start rebuilding. And so what happened? So they began the good work. Is that the response that I would expect from you guys when I said, come on, let's start rebuilding the walls? Do I get a yes? Do I get an amen? What was the assignment last week? From last Sunday's preaching, I was asking everyone, are you in or are you out in Vision 2020, right? Do we have a buy-in? Yes, we have started this ball rolling at the beginning of the year. Connect, and we were doing it, right? But are you all sold out to Vision 2020? Do I expect you to be there? These are the very difficult questions that we need to answer in the next 5 weeks. When we give you the challenge finally, I would like to see if the men and women and the young people here at Central Baptist Church is sold to Vision 2020. Because if not, what did I say? What did I tell you last week? If not, then let's go back to the way it was before. Because there is no point to pursue a vision without a buy-in. And we are feeling that already. The romance of having a nice vision is over. We need to work. This is now the beginning of the hard labor. If Nehemiah told the people, come on, let's rebuild the wall, he was not asking for some slogan of okay, let's embrace the city for the nations. He's not. He's asking for manual work to rebuild the wall. And the people said, let's do it. And so they started doing it. Right? At the beginning of the year, we're so proud, the international congregation at least has a plan. We're way off better than the others because, like they don't have a plan. Yes, we have a plan, but are you willing to work out the plan? That is the biggest question, brothers and sisters, right? Still with me? Have I lost you already? Right? This is it. This is the hard truth that we need to. Do you remember this? I've been flashing this since there's no more. No, I don't see a red light there. But anyway. I flashed this for like a few months. At the beginning of the year, we need you. We need singers and musicians and ushers and servers and welcomers and whatnot. What was the response? Almost zero. Of course, there's probably 1, 2 who stepped forward. 0. Do you believe the vision will happen if no one signs up for ministry? No. Right? This is the work. This is just the massive work. And don't worry, this is not the final list. I'm going to go through a massive list of things that you can take part if you want to be part of this church. If you're passionate for Jesus and you want to participate, let's do this. Let's do this together, right? See, I told you, the romance is gone. We need to rekindle the fire, and we need to get everyone involved about it. So our partnership and ministry takes us now to Nehemiah, massive chapters. Chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, and chapter 6. Okay, now this is how it began. Can we read this together? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, priest and his fellow priest went to work and rebuilt the sheep gate. They dedicated it and set its doors in place, building as far as the Tower of the 100, which they dedicated, and as far as the Tower of Hananel. This is how it began. Any one of you has read chapter 3 of Nehemiah? Anyone? Come on, raise your hand. This is part of your growth group, right? What is it about? What is it about? For those of you who have read it. Anyone who could give me like one sentence description of what the book is all about? It's about rebuilding. But what's so unique about the passage really, which is so different from, it's in the mode of the Numbers and the Chronicles actually. What do you find there basically? You find names. Massive names of people. I remember Lily was talking to me when I was saying, okay, we're gonna have like we're gonna do Nehemiah, and said, okay, let me check it out. And then she checked it, and it's like, I have read chapter 3, and it's just a bunch of names actually, telling us that they rebuilt the wall. Well, Lily, it's not just a bunch of names, not just a list of names, but these are names of people who worked together. These are people who worked together, starting with the high priest. Started with the person on top, the one who's involved in the ceremonies and everything. Started with the high priest, and his fellow priest went to work and rebuilt the sheep's gate. It starts from the leadership. It starts from the person on top. And that's what they did. And then everyone did their part. If you will read the chapter there, families work together. Merchants work together. Perfume makers work together. You have locksmiths working together, depending on their sections of the wall, and they did it together. And they were able to do things very well together. And that's the message of chapter 3, brothers and sisters. It is better together. Now, let me highlight that important point. How did they work together? They worked together according to their interests. Okay? So the locksmiths, we'll be working with locksmiths. The perfume makers will be working. The priests are working together, or some families within a certain locality. And I thought, okay, at the beginning of this, before you all fall asleep, okay, I know some of you are in La La Land right now. Okay? Can you tell the sheep to stop? Sheep, stop. Can you tell your seatmates, come on, wake up. There you go. See, that's ministry already. Partnership and ministry, keeping everyone awake. Keeping everyone awake. If you can maintain that ministry, wow, this church will grow really big, right? Just keep someone awake. I like the partnership of Sophia and Kelvin, actually. I'm going to reveal you. I've seen them, like from the getaway and from the service. They're always in front, right? But of course, there will be times that, it becomes really draggy and everything. But every time, both of them, it's either Sophia, like poking Kelvin like that, or like they're holding hands. Oh, so that's sweet, but come on, wake up. But that's ministry, right? That's very good because like what I told you last week, what's the point? What's the point of you being here if you're not going to get anything? Right, brothers and sisters? Okay, we're going to do an exercise now. We're going to group you according to your particular niche group. Something that you are in common. I think we'll dedicate this next 5 minutes for that so that you're all alive and well. Let us see the teenagers, okay? Teenagers, if you're below 18 years old, please stand up. Please stand up. Below 18 years old, yeah? Yeah. Okay, come on. Ushers, come on. Kindly tag these people with one particular color, okay? Is it blue? Okay, blue for the teenagers. And make sure those colors are seen. It's not meant to be held. It's meant to be pinned on the chest, okay? I want to see it. Everyone, put it on your chest. Don't give it to them. Tag them, please. Tag them. There. I'm getting upset now. Sorry. Your pastor is a bit stressed, so my level of tolerance for things is really tiny now. So I will, yeah. Okay, so keep that. Make sure that it's seen, right? Make sure that's seen. So everyone, if you've been tagged, please sit down, okay? And this is regardless of whether you're from this community or not. Next one, university students, or if your age is from 18 to 23. Okay. 18 to 23 years old, stand up, and you'll be tagged as well. Okay. Come on. You're green, apparently, green. Okay. Come on. 18 to 23 years old. Don't sit down until you're tagged. If you want to put it in your forehead, it's fine. You haven't put your name. Okay, done? Is everyone there? Come on. Quickly. Don't sit down until you've been tagged, yeah? Okay, done? Make sure those tags are seen because you need to seek each other, like with those tags, like you need to find the others who have those tags. If your age is from 24, this is young adults, right? If there is such a thing as young adults. Young workers from 24 to 30 years old. Yeah? Stand up. 24 to 30 years old. Tag them. Come on, quickly. It should be a different color now, right? Yellow? Are you yellow, guys? Yeah. Okay. 24 to 30 years old. Come on. There is a point to this exercise, okay? So please bear with me. Because you know what? I don't want to be upset. Last week, a lot of people were sleeping. So make sure that, you don't want me to. I graduated from standing in the pew. If you see me stand up here, which is sacrilegious, I think. Yeah. Okay, next age group will be the massive 30 to 55 years old. Stand up, please. There you go. Now it has been revealed, right? 30 to 55 years old. I belong there, yeah? I don't know. This is good. This is like doing census, right? Better than having a website. Yeah? This one won't crash, right? It won't. Okay. If you're all done, the next one, of course, will be seniors 56 years old and above. Okay, could you please stand up, dear seniors, and you'll be tagged. There you go. See? So let's see, which one is the biggest group actually is like, I don't know. Okay. Now, what I would like you to do, okay, as they're doing this, for the rest of the other groups who have been tagged, find your corner within this premises, okay? So all the reds come together, all the greens and the blues. Find your colors and try to conglomerate on one corner. So maybe, yeah, I think the Blaze kids are there, also there. Maybe Uni here. Maybe the elderly folks are at the back because most of you are there anyway. Come on, find your common interest groups. Find your generational groups. Come on. There you go. Come on. Huddle together. Now, as you're trying to assemble together, brothers and sisters, get to know each other's names. See, a lot of you don't really know each other, right? Get to know one another. So now you know, oh. Now try to check if they're newcomers as well. If they're newcomers, get their name and their number. Put them on your phone. Add them on Facebook. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. We don't have all the time. Quickly, quickly now, quickly. Quickly. Again, seniors, go to that corner. Who are these? Are these the young adults? Come on, come on. Hey, Timothy, bro. Everyone. Is this the uni group? Can I have a picture of the uni group together? Come on, come on. Uni. This. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, young adults. Okay, the massive workers group. Are you okay there? Okay, where's Sabrina? Sabrina, give them the paper. We're going to give you yellow paper. There's only one question, and you can put all the stuff in there. What is your generation's unique? Listen. Listen, uni group. Quiet. Boys. Johnson, listen. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Okay. What do you think is your generation's unique contribution to Vision 2020? What can you do? What can you do? Okay, what can you do for Vision 2020? Come on, work together. I give you just 3 minutes for this. Everyone huddle up. Okay? And as you contribute, try to get to know each other as well. Come on, go. Go now. Put that paper in the middle, yeah? Now, while some are working on the write-up, get to know each other as well. Come on. You okay, bro? Yeah. Okay, Blaze, look at me. Okay, make it quick. Don't overthink. Just give one word, like just put as many words there. No. Just put don't write really tiny ones because we're going to present it to everyone. Come on. Write big. Write as many words as possible describing what will be your contribution to Vision 2020. Come on. Yeah. Throw ideas there. Come on, go. And include others in. Come on, you're gravitating to your clicks now. Come on. Hey guys, engage. Are you okay, Grace? Is that a new small group there? Come on, don't be antisocial. This is your group. Come on. See, this is the problem with this church, right? Mingle with one another. This is your one chance to know that, you're part of this church anyway, Come on. Yeah. Okay, one more minute, and we're off. Wow. Come on, throw in ideas there. Go. Come on. One more minute. Okay. Okay, guys, time's up. Go back to your seats now. Come on. Give yourselves a hand. Very good. Elderly folks, very good. Yeah, seniors. Come on. Go back to your seats. Assign one rep to come forward. So good. Go back. There you go. I only have 15 minutes to complete my talk. Oh, so tiny. Okay, as you go back to your seats, come on, everyone. This is awesome, right? This is wonderful. Okay, we're going to breathe through this. Wow. That's the most awkward exercise ever, right? But we need that. Okay. Is everyone in their seats now? Okay, this is your pastor talking now. Speaking his heart. Why did I ask you to do this? I think, this is a bit off from the narrative. Why? Because I just realized week after week, and I'm not owning up to anything. I know some of you are doing your work as well. But I'm the only one chasing after newcomers, right? I'm the only one. And this is just my perspective. If you are doing it, then fine. Thank you. Congratulations, right? And I was having conversation with my wife over dinner last time. And I said, you know what? With the rate that I'm going, chasing after everyone, and I'm the only one doing follow-up, to people. Of course, some of you are doing it, and it's fine. Thank you so much. Give me that indulgence, yeah. The thing is, I'm just not going to be able to do it. The thing is, Sunday after Sunday, from my point of view, of course, which you don't have the luxury of having, right? I do see new faces. I do see people I didn't see last year or I didn't see last month. I do know that. And that's why every time after we finish the message, I go and run out there. But by the time I reach there, they're gone. And then not many people would try to stop them. Not many people would try to engage them. And my wife gave me this massive enlightenment. She said, don't be angry with the congregation. Because you know why? You know that these people are new, but they don't. They just don't. Because there are people who have been here even a year ago that you actually don't know that they're there. Right? And the point of this massive exercise is for you just to get a sight of someone else's new face, and just to recognize that, hey, that person is new. But from my observation, see, again, you gravitate to where you are and you wouldn't even bother. This is this is your pastor. I love you all. But this is one massive area. If you want to advance in Vision 2020, we can do it, right? I remember when I asked Wendy, where's Wendy? Is Wendy here? Wendy, okay. When I asked Wendy to read the scriptures like a month ago, it was like for the young adults. When she went up there, she's been with us for since April, right? When she went up there, everyone's like, who is she? That kind of thing. Why is she reading the scriptures? She has been there. She has been there. So the key, let's not even talk about massive strategizing, right? Let's just get to know. And this exercise, in this exercise, of course, we have a topic. I just want you to get a glimpse of who those people are from your own groups so that at least you can start contributing and working together. So basically, that's what basically happened. They all work together according to their interest groups. And the question that I ask, what would your generation be able to contribute to Vision 2020? Can I have the seniors one? I think yours is nicer. But of course, it's cooking, mentoring, prayer, management, volunteer. Okay. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah. So we're going to hold on. So this is nice. Isn't this nice? Can we give them a hand? Right. Love and care, which they actually deserve from most of us, which we don't give. Sorry, I need to tell that. These seniors need our love and care, but we don't give it to them. But they're willing to offer it to us. Okay, thank you. Experience, hospitality, and mentoring. Thank you so much, guys, for that. Okay, this one is from the most productive group, the bread and butter people. Yeah. Time for each other. Yeah, you have time. Learn and support each other. Encourage those who are younger and to become a role model. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, this one. Again, they will give you the uni, the energy, the passion, evangelism. Isaac Cheng. Yeah. Love, friendship, discipleship, and of course, Jesus. Let me see. Let me see. Come on. Come on, guys. Give it to me. So this is what they can give you. They're just going to give you their tongue. They say they're the future, huh? Yeah? Do you think I'm going to let you get away with it? Blaze kids, look at me. If you want to be the future of this church, better start doing that Bible study, okay? Better start answering the questions there. And stop complaining about the font. Yeah? Okay. Never mind. Okay, isn't it nice? I like this better than, like you dosing. Okay. So they built the walls together. Brothers and sisters, realizing a vision is a shared responsibility. Vision 2020 won't happen if we don't share the responsibility together. It's not just mine. The same way with the walls of Jerusalem, it was a shared responsibility, but each family, everyone helped out, including sons and daughters. It's a shared responsibility, and everyone has a role to play to realize the vision. Everyone. Can we say that to each other now? 1, 2, 3, go. Everyone has a role to play. And that includes you and me and whatever. Do you believe that? I'm not convinced there. But anyway. And a vision shall be realized when we work together. Right? This is not rocket science. This is a reality. But you cannot work together if you don't know each other. Now you know who the young adults are. Now who you know, those who are like 30 to 55 years old. You will probably, after the service, don't tease the 30 to 55 years old. Like, oh, you're 45. No, don't. Don't do that. Right? So don't do that. But it will only be possible if we work together. So going back to your involvement in ministry, here's a massive litany of what you can do for Vision 2020, for ushering, brothers and sisters. We need team leaders, ushers. Who are the ushers here? Those people at the back, what do? They guide the people to their seats. They distribute and collect the welcome cards and the offering, and they provide the general assistance for everyone. Is that doable? Can you do this? Maybe. Think about it. Okay, these are Sunday ministries. What about, the welcoming team? Okay, basically, we separated the ushers from the welcomers because we want people to be intentionally welcoming you and engagers. Actually, the welcoming role is everyone's. Can you say that to your seatmate? Each one of us are welcomers. Huh? Everyone is. Everyone is, but we just want to assign people. This is one ministry that we tried to create this year. It fell apart. Sorry guys, yeah? It fell apart because the welcomers don't really know who to welcome in. Yeah, because you don't know which one is a newcomer and which one is not. I think everyone needs to work on that. So it's not only Pastor John who spots, oh, that's a new person. That's a new person. 2 weeks ago, there were like 2 Korean boys here, like high school and uni. See, we could have had like some K-pop guys here, but we lost them, Yeah. Because no one talked to them, and I caught them like towards the end of the service already. See, that kind of thing missed out. Yeah, girls or like with K-pop, yeah. Okay, so next one, music ministry. We need worship leaders, singers, musicians. If you play guitar, piano, drum, strings, percussions. Don't tell me you don't. Okay, I'm gonna use the Asian stereotype here. I think as early as what? As early as kindergarten, your parents are asking you to play the violin already, So please, some of you have this. And please, guys, some of our worship leaders will not be here forever. They've been serving year in and year out. Next one. Multimedia team, right? So you have AV technicians to set up the microphones, assist the musicians in setting up their instruments, operate the sound, create the PowerPoint slides, play the videos, and cut me off. No. Ooh. I love you, Kevin. Okay, I love you. It's just that, okay, for the AV team, I know that you don't want to give me sound in there, but there are times that I need to rally the people to sing, so I need to sing. There are times that I need to come in, like James today has been waiting for me to come in to pray. It's like this internal spirit kind of kindred thingy. So we know when to come in, when to come out. If I don't have a sound, that really frustrates me a lot. I know I'm not the best singer in the world, but the thing is, I can carry a tune. So if you don't want me to overwhelm the musicians, it's fine. But I need a voice. If you cut your pastor's voice, then might as well remove him from his office. I think that's just the... Sorry, I'm being emotional here. No, but okay, it's over. Okay, it's over. Let's move on from there. Let's give me my voice. Give me my mic. See, why am I using this anyway? Because I don't want to be cut off. Yeah. So it's like, this is my. Okay, anyway, enough. Let's move on. Stewards, okay, communion prepper. Those are preparing the communion. Those are serving. Those are Bible readers. These things, I'm doing this. I'm chasing after every individual. Rostering is not supposed to be my turf. I took it because you are tired of doing this. But it's been a year, and some of you have given rest already. Guys, don't tell me I'm ungracious. Don't tell me I'm a slave driver. In my first year of ministry here, I said, okay, everyone who wants to rest, rests. But the rest is over. You need to get involved, right? And that frustrates me a lot because I feel like, and then when I approach people, could you just read this, please? And you're like, whoa, so much rejection day in and day out. I feel like, whoa, I'm not asking you to preach. I'm just asking you to read the Bible, And that's why there was one Sunday I was like chasing after communion preparation stewards, from the seniors. And when Casey and Doris came in, last minute, I don't have any more. I'm so desperate. I saw them at the door. I was like, you know what? I really need your help. And could you please pass the communion this week? That was like down the wire, like 10, almost like 11 o'clock. And then they said yes. And I was like, whoa, thank you. See, the stress that you put in your pastor is just too much. And I don't want to be in this space. And that's why we need to share the responsibility together. Youth ministry, Blaze Mentors. They're the ones who responded to the call last year. There were 6 who stepped forward. And then, of course, the Blaze leaders in training. But we need more. The MEC team, these are the people who organize international lunches, right? What is your role? You need to bring food, you need to assist everyone. It's a shared responsibility for everyone. Growth group, we need growth group leaders, and we need you to show up to the growth groups as well. Pastoral care team, which is something that I feel like we need to do together. I cannot do the follow-up of the newcomers all by myself. I'm gonna die of caffeine addiction, really. Seriously, if you can see the number of discount, like the coupons that I have, I probably have this thick already, And I'm having the shakes in terms of catching up. That's why small groups are very important, because the first line of carers should be your small group leaders. Do you get that? Now, the thing is, if you're in a small group and you guys don't work together, and if you don't care for each other, then what happens? Where's the care there? I cannot cover for everyone. And then, I need ministry leaders for each and every one of those teams. Our current ministry leaders are already tired. They've been manning the fort for 3, 4, 5, 10 years. We need the replenishment of leaders. We need leaders who have the energy to run with me to Vision 2020. And we need to cherish and pay tribute to those who have been serving for so many years. But these leaders will not be there forever. These leaders will not be there forever. And even your pastor will not be here forever as well. Now, the thing is, when I was telling people that, okay, we're going to have a massive sign up for Vision 2020, you know what the reaction that I get? It's like, oh, we've done it before. And I'm like, my fuse really blows off whenever I hear that. We've done it before. Because if you've done it before, there should be a succession. There should be a succession of leaders here. That leaders are not stuck. That if you're given a responsibility, you're going to do it forever. Ministry is not like that. Ministry is regeneration. Ministry is like sharing the burden and sharing the load. The biggest challenge for this church is 20% of the people are doing everything. They're doing 3, 4, 5 ministries together. What about the rest? And I hear from both sides. Okay? From the 20%, from the active leaders, what do they tell me? Well, we asked the people to join, but they don't want. They're not willing. And so we're stuck with this. Now I ask the other majority, and I ask them, why are you not involved? Well, they don't want to accept us in. So which one is telling the truth, brothers or sisters here? This is something that we need to deal with. See, the work is beginning now. And these are some of the harsh realities that you need to think of. So we built the wall till it reached half of its height, for the people work with all their heart. And that's what we're going to do in the next 2 years. Now, an interesting sidebar here. Now, there's that Sanballat, Tobiah, and the Arabs, the Ammonites, the people of Ashdod. And when they heard that everything's being built up, they were angry. What did they do? They plotted together to fight, those who are building. But Nehemiah and his people, they prayed to God and posted a guard day and night to meet this threat. Could you imagine that? You're working, you're like, tuk, 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 and then you have a spear here. Nice, right? It's like that. Now, this is Nehemiah's strategy. Let's read this together. I'm not going to lose you now. 1, 2, 3, go. Therefore, as stationed some of the people behind the lowest points of the wall, at the exposed places, posting them by families with the swords, spears, and bows. And after I looked things over, I stood up and said to the nobles and the officials and the rest of the people, this is very important, stop first, okay? Let's read this together from our hearts. 1, 2, 3, go. Don't be afraid of them. Remember that the Lord, who is great and awesome, and fight for your families, your sons, your daughters. Central, fight for this church. Fight for everyone here. And this is the way to do it. Right? You have to care. You have to care. When our enemies heard that we were aware of their plot and that God has frustrated it, we all returned to the wall, each to our own work. Brothers and sisters, see, from that day on, half of my men did the work while the other half were equipped with spears and bows and everything. So everyone worked together. And then I said to the nobles, the officials, and the rest of the people, the work is extensive and spread out, and we're widely separated from each other along the wall. Whenever you hear the sound of the trumpet, join us there, and our God will fight for us. Can we just read that one last verse? 1, 2, 3, go. Our God will fight for us. Tell that to your seatmates. Our God. Yeah. So you don't need to be afraid, right? Now the thing is, like in any initiative, brothers and sisters, a vision should always be challenged by opposition. And this is true. Okay? It will be challenged by opposition. Now, in the context of Nehemiah, where is the opposition coming from? It's coming from the outside. Are we a persecuted church here? Are we being chased after by ISIS or whatever? No. Are we being driven out of this facility? No. Now, where is the opposition coming from? Where is the resistance coming from? Brothers and sisters. Now, and how did Nehemiah dealt with that? Okay, yeah, they're always like negative people. You know, be an optimist. Never mind. The opposition could be overcome by prayer and by trusting in God's protection. It is God who will protect us. Amen? Now, the thing is, after my 1 year here, I tried to check, is the opposition coming from elsewhere? The opposition is coming from within us. I include myself, okay? Don't tell me that, oh, a pastor is scolding the congregation again. It's about them. No, it's us. I'm part of this church, so it's us. What are some of the things that prevents us from rebuilding Central Baptist Church? And this is my reflection. I could be wrong. This is not from the Bible. This is from myself. But from my engagement with you and from the process that I went through in the last 1 year, number one is fear. Everyone is so scared. I don't want to do this. I don't want to force people. I don't want to be imposing. I don't want to do this. Everyone's so scared to commit a mistake. Everyone is so scared to admit the reality and the truth. Whenever I'm here, I remember that Sunday when I asked everyone to come, like whenever Pastor John would tell something, could we do this together, So much fear. The first time we had prayer and praise, and that's prayer. I'm not asking you to do bungee jumping or whatever, right? I'm just asking you, could you extend the hand of prayer to the person beside you? And the fear that I saw from there was just so overwhelming. I was like, what is wrong here? Why? There's just so much fear. So much fear. Brothers and sisters, God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind. Always remember that. The fear is not from God. The fear is from the enemy. And the fear is probably from within you. Number 2 is pride. Let us lower our pride. Let us not hang on to the glory days of this church. It has been done. It has been over with. Brothers and sisters, you cannot tell me that, well, we used to do this. We used to do. Yeah, look at the glory days of the past. And where are you right now? And the way you do things before doesn't mean that it will be done at this time. And I'm talking to everyone, including the leaders. This is where I get into a bit of how do you describe it? I'm not a native English speaker, but anyway. Yeah, in terms of moving forward, this is what I got. We used to do it this way. Lower down your pride. Be humble before God, and then humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, and He will exalt you in due time. That's what He says in the scriptures. The exaltation and the glory of this church will come in later if we humble ourselves before Him. In the scriptures it says, if my people will humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven and I will heal their land. That's in Chronicles. And then your baggage. Leave your baggage at home, please. And don't carry it in this church. Because we will not be moving forward if we have the baggage. And don't dump those baggage to me. I'm from the outside. I'm a newbie here. I didn't have any contribution to whatever baggage you are carrying. Free up yourself. For where the Spirit of God is, there is freedom. Resistant to change. Of course, everyone is resistant to change. Everyone wants status quo. But the most dangerous one is, can we say that together? 1, 2, 3, go. Apathy. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? If you don't care, then no one will care. Right? The movement of care should begin with you. Inspire me so that I can give my full heart to each and every one of you. But if you say, I just come here and I don't really care, it doesn't. And I can tell you stories after stories. I wasn't spared from any one of these. Remember, just my second month here, I was like already angry in the pulpit because everyone's tearing me apart with regards to my preaching. Yeah? At the very beginning of my ministry here, even before I started, everyone was like talking about like songs that I choose. You didn't spare me from this, but I am still here because I care about you, Central. I care about you. And what was my challenge to you on my first message here? Help me to plant my roots here so that I can thrive. So that I can grow. I can grow with you. But if you won't let me, then I will be stunted. And I won't be of any use to the movement of the Lord in this community. I have known many of you, and I'm beginning to care about you. I'm beginning to love you. Really. And when I look at each and every one of us, I just feel like, whoa. Look at that central corner in the city. So much potential, You guys deserve better. But it's really up to you if you want to move forward with us. And vision keepers need to be vigilant. Yeah? So we need to, if you are sold to Vision 2020, then you will talk about it and you will say, this is the way to go, brothers and sisters. So my question is, are you in or are you out? And the next question would be, unless, of course, this is from Dr. Seuss, unless you care a whole awful lot about this church, nothing's going to get better. And these are the questions. Now, the challenge here is partnership in ministry, right? Now, this is the ending of the story before we go. Can we just read that first 2 lines? 1, 2, 3, go. So the wall. In 52 days, thousands of workers and families and sons and daughters and merchants and priests, everyone worked together and they rebuilt the wall in 52 days. We have 5 years to rebuild this church. We have more than enough time. See? If God will raise up at least 10 great men here and women, okay, gender equality, who are in the same spirit as Joshua and Caleb during the conquest. Remember they sent the spies to look at the promised land? The rest of the spies came back and was like, whoa, there are giants in there, we cannot do this. But there's that Joshua and Caleb who says, no, it's a land flowing with milk and honey, and we can do this in God. I tell you, we don't need to reach 2020. This church could turn around really, really fast. But we just need some people who really awfully care a lot, who will let go of the past, unload the baggages, lower the pride, and leave everything to God. That's just it. That's all it takes, right? Now, I'll leave you with the video as the music team prepares for the last song. And this is about giving your life for ministry. And this is basically what happens when you don't give out and contribute for God. Come on, let's do it. Brothers and sisters, ministry is an overflow of God's love in you. The first requirement is for you to have Jesus. And when you have Jesus, there's no limit to what you can give